as far as the champion on champion series, there's still a lot of rumors going around. I suspect it'll be myself against Dakota because she won last year.
When you won, I thought that was probably one of the best things that could happen to PFL this year, because Dakota is like running out of opponents, and obviously, you know, that's their homegrown star, and you get to fight her, and you're a huge name, and obviously winning a belt just, you know, brings you even more in terms of the value for the promotion. I think that's one of the biggest fights they can make.
But to me, she's done so well on winning back-to-back tournaments, and I've now competed in back-to-back tournaments and won the last one. So for both of us, I think it makes the most sense to beat each other, and I think that's what the fans want to do too.
I'm happy to be back. You know, I'm excited to get in the cage now and showcase my skills again. I'm ready to go, and I'm going to bring a whole new Dakota for sure.
There's one who's really interesting, who's this monster. She's terrifying.
I never expected these women to be as technical and as badass as they have been.
You could be the face of women's MMA. You're on that path. It's there.
Winning the PFL Europe Championship was a big moment for me for sure, but I don't know whether I sunk it in enough.
Dakota Ditcheva, European champion.
I think straight away as soon as I won it, I knew that I wanted to do this global season next.
She feels like she's ready to prove herself at the highest level.
We're here now on our way, but the journey's not over and I'm ready to keep pushing on.
Nasty combination. Big V, she's in trouble. That's the end.
My next opponent, Chelsea Hackett, she called me out last year, so I feel like, you know, she's got what she's wanted now, and it's given me that little bit of a push to really do well in this fight.
I just beat the best girl that's out there outside of any other division, so they've been talking and she's been saying she's just a Barbie, she should be a model. Oh, a model just eat your ass around too, so shut up.
They literally want to come in and take everything I have, and that's how I have to punch every single fight. I have to protect every single ounce of my career, my life. She's no walkover, but I don't think she's on my level. I'm going to show that.
After steamrolling her way through the PFL Africa tournament and dismantling Sumiko Inaba, British phenom Dakota Ditcheva is now set for the toughest test of her career. On July 19, 2025, she'll go toe-to-toe with one of the sport's most grizzled veterans, former PFL flyweight world champion Liz Carmouche. And make no mistake, this won't be a walk in the park. Carmouche brings decades of experience, brutal toughness, and a complete skill set that could be the first real threat to Dakota's undefeated run. Carmouche has spent years battling the elite of women's MMA. Fans still remember her crisp striking, punishing kicks, and crushing top game. She even came close to submitting Ronda Rousey in the early days. A reminder of just how dangerous she's always been. Now, even as she approaches the end of her career, Liz is proving she's still a problem for anyone who stands across from her. Standing opposite her is Dakota Ditcheva, the wrecking machine from Manchester who's been mowing down everyone in her path. This clash is more than just a fight. It's youth versus experience, and it could determine who leads the next era of women's MMA. Let's break it down. Liz Carmouche's recent surge. While Dakota was tearing through the PFL Africa bracket, Carmouche was quietly putting together her own resurgence in the flyweight division. She demolished Ara Jones in just 85 seconds, then squared off against undefeated Brazilian sensation Laura Dana in the semi-finals, a fighter riding a 5-fight finish streak. It was a do-or-die moment for Liz, and she rose to the occasion. From the opening bell, she charged forward, dominated the clinch, ragdolled Dana with heavy takedowns, and blanketed her on the canvas with relentless top control. Dana came to fight, throwing sharp shots and pushing the tempo, but Carmouche's veteran savvy was the difference. Even while leaking blood from a nasty cut, she never slowed down, piling on control time, landing damage, and showing that trademark grit that has defined her career. After 3 exhausting rounds, she eked out a razor-close decision, earning her ticket to the finals, where she'd meet someone very familiar to Dakota Ditcheva, Gina Bishop. Dakota Ditcheva versus Gina Bishop. Fans will remember Dakota's clash with Bishop back in 2024, one of the most dominant displays of her career. Bishop, known for her grappling, thought she could exploit Dakota on the mat. Instead, she walked straight into a nightmare. Dakota's piercing knees to the body folded Bishop early. Her takedown defense was airtight, and when she waved Bishop back to her feet, It was only to detonate a crushing right hand that ended the fight in brutal fashion. That victory sent shockwaves through the division and announced Dakota as a terrifying new force at flyweight. Carmouche versus Taila Santos. Before this current run, Carmouche also crossed paths with another big name, former UFC title challenger Taila Santos, the same fighter who nearly dethroned Valentina Shevchenko. Liz started strong, chopping at Santos with leg kicks and keeping the pressure high. But Santos's grappling was the deciding factor. She landed clean takedowns, threatened with submissions, and dictated the pace. Despite Liz's trademark toughness and flashes of danger, she dropped a clear decision on the judges' scorecards. Ironically, that same Santos would later meet Dakota, and things played out very differently. Dakota Ditcheva versus Taila Santos, her breakout moment. When Dakota and Santos collided in the 2024 PFL America Final, everything was on the line. The championship belt and the $1 million grand prize. It was the classic storyline, the unstoppable young lion versus the seasoned veteran. From the moment Dakota made her walkout, smiling and dancing as British fans roared, she looked completely unfazed by the pressure, and once the fight started, she took over immediately. Her long, piston-like kicks kept Santos at range, and every attempt Santos made to close distance was met with blistering counters. Dakota poured on elbows, body shots, and constant forward pressure until Santos was bloodied and broken. Something even Shevchenko couldn't do in 2 attempts. That night, Dakota became Britain's first female world champion, and firmly cemented herself as the face of the PFL, Dakota Ditcheva versus Liz Carmouche. And now, the stage is set. Dakota Ditcheva steps in at 13-0, with 11 knockouts, built on surgical striking, lightning speed, and ruthless finishing instincts. Liz Carmouche brings decades of experience across the UFC, Bellator, and PFL, with a style designed to drag opponents into deep waters and break their will. On paper, Dakota's youth, length, and firepower give her the edge. But Carmouche has seen it all. She's gone the distance with champions, endured wars, and built a career on grit and perseverance. If anyone can push Dakota out of her comfort zone, it's Liz. So the question is, will Dakota Ditcheva continue her meteoric rise and prove she's on another level? Or will the battle-tested Marine show that toughness and experience can still conquer youth and raw power? Drop your predictions below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth breakdowns of MMA's biggest showdowns.